I back at the Atlanta studio today as our crew heads west to the Bay Area for Game 5 on Monday. We'll get you prepared for everything you need to know with media availability Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, followed by Game Time at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, live from Oakland. Let's get out to the Bay Area right now where Steve Smith will be working Sunday and Monday to get you set for Game 5. Smitty, one of the interesting aspects that we watch with LeBron teams is the minutes he plays and the ability in Game 4 to play 41 minutes in a game that took about 3 hours to play because of all of the reviews and stoppages and dust-ups with players. That's got to be a big advantage to get him all those built-in breaks to the game.
Jared, you're so right. When, like you said, he played 41 minutes, but how many minutes did he actually get a chance to rest? And like you said, so many fouls called, especially in that first quarter, and then all the stoppages of all the reviews and all the confusion they had going throughout that game. And I think also a big part of that is he didn't have to come out and be super ultra aggressive because the way Kyrie Irving was going. He had a chance to pace himself. And you know LeBron James, he's so good. By him pacing, he got a chance to end up with another triple-double.
Smitty, the minutes I want to talk about it are the minutes off the floor. The supporting cast obviously played much better. Can they duplicate that on the road?
You know what, Rick Fox, a great question. I think for the second half, the guys on the second unit, they got to find a way to move bodies and move offense. They rely so much on LeBron James' isolation and Kyrie getting them open shots. They got to find a way to back screen, move, get easier buckets. That second unit, also defensively, they got to make their mark. But like you said, and when watching Rick Fox, without LeBron James, they struggled to find the offensive rhythm.
Kyrie Irving very blunt after the game, saying that the chatter coming out of the Warriors locker room, wanting to celebrate at the Q, really bothered him. Okay, so now they're back in the Bay Area. What does Kyrie Irving use as motivation Monday night?
Well, you're right, Jared. It should have bothered him being down 3-0. Doesn't have anything to do with being chatter. I think for Kyrie, fantastic. He knocked down shots that were contested. I still would love to see him with his ability. He's always going to draw two, find a way to get some guys like Tristan Thompson, who deserves some easy buckets, Kevin Love, a kick out, J.R. Smith. If you're not going well, Kyrie, there's still other facets of the game to still be able to win this game because of your ability.
Smitty, it took history last year for the Cavs to come out as eventual champions. Now they're facing history again. Will it take an historic performance like last night in the Bay Area for them to continue this series?
Well, I think for the Cavs, Rick Fox, and you know best, I think for them is they got to find a way to get easy baskets at home, get this crowd into it, and in transition, they will stifle, especially Steph and Curry. No points in transition. This team has been fantastic in the open court. They don't do well when it's physical, when it's a slow down, old school type of rugged half-court game. They got to keep it in transition. And I think for the Cavs, you come out and you can get it back to Cleveland, you're feeling real well.
Let's talk here about the Warriors, and let's focus on Steph Curry. While he's put up some monster numbers in games 1 through 3, turnover is still a problem in games 2, 3, and 4. What do you think it really truly is with Curry and how the Cavs tend to be more physical with him, and if he can kind of find a way to get past that Monday night?
Well, I think two things, Jared. I think he's so confident in his ability. Every time he takes a shot, he feels like it's going in, and when he's not, he still thinks the next one's going in. I think for him is Steph has an ability to make the basketball move and hop. He's doing a nice job with Kevin Durant. He has two guys and also those other guys. If he's not going, use himself as a decoy. And as far as being physical, he can't play around. I think he's getting too caught up of being able to hold and grabbing guys, just sprint to your spot, make those guys chase you without being in close space.
What are your thoughts on how much time Curry and really also Draymond Green have spent talking to the officials and looking for calls throughout the course of this series?
Well, I think that's the one thing is they can't do that. I think they're too good. They got to just come out and play. And just to add to that, I think both those guys, you can see once they get to talking to the refs, it seems like they get thrown out of rhythm and mentally they start to press. I'll also go back to look at Steph. I know they don't run a lot of pick and rolls, but I love to see pick and roll with Kevin Durant and Steph and Curry because what can you do? If you switch, that means Kevin Durant has a mismatch, and if not, Stephen Curry has a chance to turn the corner.
Smitty, looking at the Warriors there at home now, we know they're offensively been very successful throughout this season, defensively as well. What part or what end of the floor actually for them is going to need to show up more and was missed in Game 4?
You know, I think for them is their commitment to move their bodies and push the basketball. And Jared and Rick, you both said it. I think they spent too much time talking to referees and complaining. They're great when they're getting out 4 or 5 guys running. Where do you go? Do you stop Klay at the line, Steph, or transition Draymond or Kevin Durant coming at you? Defensively, I'm fine with this team. I think they did give up a lot of points, but that was one of those games the Cavs just knocked down points. To me, offensively, I think they still got to continue to trust their system, moving the basketball and getting guys some easier shot. They took a lot of contested shots in Game 4.
How was your picnic on the water today, Smitty?
Well, you know, I'm just loving it. You know, I'm jealous of Rick Fox. He's been living like this for a long time. I'm getting a chance to enjoy it a little bit.
It's Southern California, though. It's not really the same as Northern California.
Well, Northern's not bad, too.
Yeah.
As long as you're in California.
You know, Rick Fox is anywhere sunny. Anywhere sunny, Rick is.
He brings the sun. Yeah. Picturesque view behind Smitty today in the Bay Area. We'll see you tomorrow, Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific for Media Day, getting set for Game 5 in the 2017 NBA Finals. There's Steve Smith out in the Bay Area.